Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back from the nice family day long weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. We are talking chocolate and I guess some food on the show as Brett is on location at the new Cobb's Bread tonight. And we're talking, what is your favorite chocolate combination? Because today is National Mint Chocolate Day. Great combination. Yeah. But we just want to know, what is your favorite? A lot of people weighing in saying any type of chocolate covered nut, which I think, chocolate covered almonds, you can never go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite's orange chocolate mix. That's
really good.
Yeah.
I like anything dipped in chocolate. It's fine.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Especially the salty sweet.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyways, you can weigh in on that conversation. We'll be continuing that in just a little bit. But first, let's go check in with Brett Holden at Cobb's Bread.
And now we're going to go to Brett Holden on location today.
Richard and Sarah join us now here at Cobb's Bread, and obviously you guys opened up this weekend very soon, and you guys are bumping in here. So let's talk about just getting Cobb's Bread into the border city and what it's been like so far.
It's been crazy. It's been overwhelming support from everybody around town, so it's keeping us out of trouble, that's for sure.
Now, you see kind of the revolving door coming in. It's constantly busy. Let's just talk about what it's been like for you as well, Sarah, just seeing all this support.
It's really great, really awesome. A little overwhelming, but I mean, it's all good. We're really happy that people of Lloyd are happy to come and see us and check out some fresh baked bread.
Now, let's fresh baked bread. No, that's all good. Now, let's talk about just the process of getting Cobb's Bread into Lloydminster here. I'll start with you, Richard.
It took us about 11 months to get it in here, so we've been doing it for a while, and we're happy to get it here. Sarah was away for 16 weeks training at Cobb's in Edmonton at 2 facilities, one at Harvest Point and then another one in Sherwood Park.
Perfect, and we'll have a little bit more coming up from here at Cobb's Bread, just talking about the grand opening of Cobb's Bread here, so we'll have a little bit more coming up, but first let's head back into the studio where Michaela has a look at your weather.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. We're in for a day warm-up. We are sitting at minus 11 right now, feeling like minus 18 degrees out there. We could see some strong wind gusts move across this evening and then into the afternoon tomorrow. As we look to our satellite radar, some patches of precipitation are moving in from the west. 60% chance we could see that come into play in the border city this evening and continuing on for a snowy Wednesday. But as we look to our watches and warnings, nothing currently is in effect. As you can see, no purple, which means no extreme cold warning in effect, which is a nice change of pace from the last few weeks. As we look to the board, very warm compared to the last few weeks, but only sticking around for about a day. So minus 5 here in Edmonton, currently minus 4 in Athabasca. Whitecourt sitting at minus 3, minus 5 in Jasper currently. And then as we move out east, a little bit cooler, minus 17 right now in North Battleford, minus 18 in Saskatoon, minus 15 for Melfort, with Meadow Lake sitting at minus 12 currently. As we look to North Battleford, minus 17 currently, going to actually warm up overnight to minus 13. 40% chance you could see some snow activity in the overnight time, and then we could see that continue on tomorrow. High of minus 9, so we are going to be warming up significantly tomorrow. As we move on to Cold Lake, sitting at minus 8 right now, and that cloud cover is going to continue over the next few days. Minus 12 overnight with some snow, about a 40% chance we'll see some of that flurry activity reach Cold Lake and area this evening, and then continuing on tomorrow as we could see about a centimeter fall. For us in the border city, we're going to stay at minus 11 overnight. Tomorrow reaching a daytime high of minus 8. Now 60% chance we'll see that snow come into play this evening, and then we will see it fall throughout the day tomorrow, mostly throughout the morning into the early afternoon. Minus 8, minus 11 as our overnight low. Cooler on Thursday as we go back into the double digits, minus 14, minus 19 as our overnight low. And then cooler on Friday as we hit minus 22 on our overnight low. Our averages for this time of the year are minus 7 and a minus 17, so we're still below the average. We are creeping closer there tomorrow, but we will be cold again further in the week. I'll have more details for you coming up in just a little bit.
And a local singing group got to experience the Grammys for the first time. The Young Spirit Singers are from the Frog Lake area, and they got nominated for Best Regional Roots Album. While this was already a surreal experience for them, they even got a chance to perform on the red carpet.
We started singing, and it was so loud that everybody's interview kind of got cut off. And So, and then the camera is just pointing toward us. And then, other artists that we idolized started taking their phones out and wanted to record us singing. I don't think they've actually seen that live before.
The group was glad they got to represent Canada at such a big event.
I had a tremendous amount of pride being Canadian, being out there, and Drake and Tom Mendes and all the other Canadian artists that were out there. We're so proud to represent our country and to represent the Lakeland. It's more.
The group is currently getting ready for a few shows around Canada. And now we're going to take a look at your stock market prices for today.
We restore more than just property. We restore hope. When disaster strikes, call the one that can make it right. First General Services, your property restoration experts.
Welcome back. Well, egg producers are battling to protect their property in the face of rural crime, and Gerard Lampo discovers the latest twist as producers packed the room for egg revisions.
With a WhatsApp, you can go unlimited.
Rural communities are pulling together in the fight against criminals who break into their homes and farms. For another year, rural crime was one of the topics being discussed by ag producers.
We're just trying to, pass information. Hey, this truck's driving around. Hey, this white car is driving around, or whatever, right? And then people are looking for that, and that's how we've actually managed to catch a few individuals.
Marwayne farmer Garth George was on the panel along with Lloydminster security expert Clay Hines.
It seems like every fall and spring, we get more and more calls, people having things go missing from their yard and not knowing where it went and who took it.
Apart from the uptick in business once the weather warms up, Hines says people can make use of the technology to monitor their homes.
The biggest thing that we can do is give people an early warning that someone's coming into their property, whether it's a yard or a shop or even a home. If we can give those people a heads up that something's happening, then they can in turn call the police.
The technology includes cameras like this system overlooking the X grounds.
What it does is it sends a chime to the house.
Alerts and visuals are set up to go to your phone. Provincially, there's also support for communities coming together.
Well, the old philosophy is neighbors helping neighbors, neighbors watching neighbors. That's evident here today as well. And groups have to get together and citizens get together to fight the crime wave. And education and preventing crime is the answer.
DeWitt cautions about individuals taking matters into their own hands.
We don't want people risking their lives or risking their health to do the job of a police officer, which they're not trained for.
DeWitt says there's a new tool to help identify property when police recover it.
The trace pen is coming on stream. It's a identification marking type pen. It's available through the Crime Watch associations, and I believe you can get it online at traceidentified.com. And it's a way to mark your items. It's invisible, and the RCMP have ways to identify stolen property that way.
Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
That's your egg news. Sports is next, but first we'll take a look at your egg prices.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Taking a look at your local sports now. Being on the road hasn't been easy on the Lloydminster Bobcats this season, but it still provides opportunity for the team to grow together. In this week's Beyond the Boards, Josh Ryan looks at what the Cats get up to on the bus.
There are certain parts of a hockey player's experience that not everyone shares. Huddled together for long bus trips is one of them.
A great time to bond with the team, and there's definitely a couple sweet rinks that we get to go to. Spending the time on the bus with the guys, playing cards, and hanging out in the hotel room is definitely my favorite part of road trips.
Card playing has long been the choice for veterans on the team.
99, some President's definitely the go-to classic where you can play with a bunch of guys.
There's little consensus, though, on who's the best card player in the group.
I'm not too sure. I haven't really been back there playing cards that much anyway.
I hate to toot my own horn, but I feel like lots of the times I like to be the president. So
that would make the most competitive player Chance Stevenson.
He's my stallmate in the dressing room, so we always talk, and I always like to bug him. He's an easy target to bug, so it's fun.
However, when energy is low or they're headed home, things tend to quiet down.
If we bring movies and it's a longer road trip, we'll probably watch a couple movies, but if it's just like a 2-hour road trip, we'll mainly just relax and hang out.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
Beyond the Boards is brought to you by City Center Auto Body. At City Center Auto Body, they can fix anything, now on both sides of the border.
The Lloydminster Bandits bounced back in Game 3 of their first round series last night at the Civic Center. Forward Jack McGrove's overtime winner capped off an entertaining 5-4 victory over the Killam Wheat Kings, who lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is back at the Civic Center tonight at 8 p.m. And now we're going to go back to Brett Holden on location today.
We are back here at Cobb's Bread. We're in the kitchen now, and Richard and Sarah join us once again. And let's talk about what makes Cobb's Bread so different from maybe some other breads as well.
Well, we do everything every morning from scratch. All our flour is milled out in Lethbridge, Alberta, which is more local than you can really think. And everything is just handmade, and we got a lot of bakers that care about what they're making every morning, so it's great.
Now let's talk about you guys a little more specifically. Let's talk about your background in bread and baking and all that. I assume you guys are very big bakers.
I did some baking myself. Like, most of it was home baking, but I also did some custom cakes and cupcakes, so it was definitely a little different than bread baking and commercial baking. But I love it. It's great, and I'm so happy we got to do this.
And what about you, Richard?
Oh, my story's really short. I was a milkman, moved to a baker man. So.
There you go. It's all about transitions. Now, before we mentioned just how you had went away to Edmonton for 16 weeks to learn more about Cobb's and really be able to execute the bread Cobb's way, let's talk about how that time was for you.
It was great. It was a great learning time. I worked at one of the best bakeries. The team there was awesome. They were so friendly and so nice, and I learned so much so quick. And I got to learn from the best, so that's really great.
And just really quickly, we're running a little bit out of time, but what were maybe some things that you learned from there that you really want to be able to apply here in Lloydminster?
I think it would be product quality, have a high standard for our products, and just extremely friendly customer service.
Beautiful. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at Cobb's Bread here in Lloydminster. But first, let's head back into the studio where Michaela has a look at your weather.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. Starting it off with this gorgeous snowy shot sent to us by Aaron. If you have a shot of the weather, do send it to us on our Facebook page. We'd love to showcase it here on Primetime Local News. As we look to our current temperatures, we are not doing too bad. We're sitting at minus 11 right now, feeling closer to that minus 18 mark out there with the wind, but the extreme cold warning has been lifted from across the map, so we're in good spirits. Minus 17 in North Battleford, minus 11 in Maidstone, minus 10 in St. Walburg, minus 16 for Macklin currently, and then as we move into Alberta, a little bit warmer as they are in the single digits, minus 4 for Vegreville, minus 5 in Edmonton, minus 8 for St. Paul, Bonnyville also at minus 8. That's the same number in Cold Lake, minus 7 for Lac La Biche. Now about a 50% chance we could see some snow activity moving in from the west into these northern areas like Cold Lake and Lac La Biche and Bonnyville this evening, and we're sitting at about a 60% chance here in the border city. Now we are in for some snowfall tomorrow though. -8 in Fort McMurray, currently -6 in Slave Lake. Grand Prairie at a warm -4, some nice spring numbers up north. -10 in Buffalo Narrows, -10 in the Lalash, and then colder as we move up north, -21 up in Uranium City. And then as we look further down south, sitting in the double digits, so cooler than the northern parts in some areas. -16 right now in Swift Current, -20 in Kindersley. Queen City sitting at -17, and then as we look out west, -13 in Medicine Hat, with Lethbridge sitting at -8, and Calgary a nice -3 currently. Numbers tomorrow, we are going to hit the single digits, so -8 tomorrow. Unfortunately, it is just going to stick around for a day. Now we are expecting some snowfall in throughout the morning and throughout the afternoon, possibly continuing on there. We're only going to see about a centimeter, so nothing too major. Couple of -8s as we move up north of St. Paul, all through Cold Lake into Lac La Biche, all going to see -8 tomorrow, and then a high of -9 for North Battleford tomorrow. Kids are on spring break, so we don't have a school day forecast, but here's a look at our snow accumulation. As you can see, over the next few days, we're expecting a little bit of snow, but nothing piling up, nothing major. Most of it is going to be contained to the west of us as BC gets some snowfall. Looking to our 7 days. Now we are going to see a little bit of a warm up, but it is only here for a day, and then we're getting back into those double digits. So -8 tomorrow, -14 on Thursdays. We hit -19 for the overnight low. Even colder on Friday as we hit the 20s. So -12 is the daytime high, -22 overnight low, -13 on Saturday. A little bit warmer for the overnight low, staying in the teens there, and then cooling back down on Sunday. -19 for the daytime high, -25 as the overnight low. Even colder next Monday as we hit -29 for the overnight low. -18 is our daytime high. And then next Tuesday, staying in the 20s for the daytime high, sitting at -20, -25 as our low. Averages for this time of the year are -6 and -16. So unfortunately, we're going to inch there closely tomorrow, but we are going to be sliding further away, further into the week. Hopefully, we can start to warm up after this next 7 days.
Back here at Cobb's Bread, where Sarah and Richard join us once again, and we're here in the kitchen. And speaking of kitchen, obviously this kitchen is very busy, and it gets busy early. So let's talk about just when people start coming in, your bakers start coming in, and why it's such an early day for your bakers.
We have a guy that starts at 2 a.m. He comes in to starts mixing the doughs. Then we have another person that comes in at 3 o'clock and starts processing, cutting up the doughs, throwing it in the proofer. And then we have another person coming in who runs the ovens at 4 a.m. And they're joined also with another processor that comes in and helps them getting everything ready.
So it's a busy early morning. So let's talk about now, we were talking just before we came on, just about some of the donations you guys are doing. Let's talk about the donations and what those go to as well. I'll start with you, Sarah.
Okay, well, we have a couple places set up for donations so that we can donate all of our end-of-day bread to. Right now, it's at the Men's Shelter and Olive Tree. We're just hoping that we can eventually donate because we keep running out of stuff. We can't keep up with Lloydminster, but that's okay. We also will be having a charity day coming March 2nd, where everything we make that day will be donated to a local charity in town.
Awesome. So let's talk about, I'll come back to you, Richard. Just let's talk about the importance that has not only on you guys, but the community as well.
Oh, it's really important to us. It makes us feel like we're more important to the community and makes us feel we're doing something positive.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Well, we'll have a little bit more coming up here at Cobb's Bread. They have opened up. When did you guys open up exactly?
We did our soft opening yesterday, Monday. We did have test bakes on Saturday and Sunday, and we just basically gave that product away to customers for basically free advertisement.
So we came in at the wrong day. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at Cobb's Bread, but let's head back into the studio where Elise and Michaela will be talking about your question of the day.
All right, well, staying on the food theme, today is National Mint Chocolate Day. Great combination. So we want to know, what is your favorite chocolate combination. You're saying orange.
Yeah, I think the terry chocolate oranges that you get at Christmas are my favorite, and I only get them at that time, so I think it's just like that extra special treat. So
yeah, it's an unlikely combo, but a delicious one, and those are always great around Christmas. Want to read a couple of the comments. Eric says, chocolate-covered pretzels. I love those. I love a good salty sweet. Naomi says, I don't like chocolate, but if she had to choose, she'd say nuts, which I think is actually pretty common, and a lot of people actually saying coffee, which I also agree with. A nice chocolate-covered bean. Yeah. Delicious, and it perks you right up. We always ask a question of the day, so you can weigh in on our social media. You can also send us a pet photo, which we're going to turn to now. Let's see who we have for our pets of the day. This is Wilson, enjoying the snow with his little jacket there. That was sent to us by Chandra. Thanks so much for sending that in. This is Ember, the fluffy cat. Very beautiful. That was sent to us by Wendy. Next up, we have Norbert.
His ears are so cute.
So cute. That was sent to us by Bailey. And next up, we have Winston, which we were saying is the perfect name for this dog. That was sent to us by Chantel. And then next but not least, look at this little guy, Kane.
Just a baby.
Very cute. That was sent to us by Amanda. If you have a pet you would like to see here on our Pet of the Day segment, please send us a photo on social media or through email. Please include your pet's name. And if they are selected to be shown on the show, you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card to the Lloydminster Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
All right, Becca joins me now for this edition of Pet Project, and we have I feel like I say this every week, a very special guest, but Jeb really is a special boy. He's a big boy, and he has 3 legs, so he is missing a limb, but it is not stopping him. He is full of life, and he is amazing. So what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, so he just came in, so he's a fairly new addition to the shelter, but he's neutered and ready to go. It's his front leg that he's missing, but like I said, it really doesn't slow him down. He gets to whoever he needs to be, and to get all of his pets and loves. So he's really good. He does get a little bit tired, obviously, just with the size and the weight on the one leg, but I mean, he's super lovable. So
yeah, and I mean, he was doing the stairs and kind of seeing everyone in the newsroom. A great companion. He's a big boy, though.
Yes.
So you're going to need some space. But you said he would be good indoors or outdoors?
I think so. Like from what we gathered before, he did have some accidents in the home, so I think he would just need a little bit extra attention on that. But I don't think it would really take much for him to get used to that, especially if you start noticing when he's sniffing around kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, he was trying to hop up on our laps at the shelter and everything, so I think he'd love to be a good couch potato.
Yeah, definitely. He's very affectionate for sure. And how old is he?
He's about 5 years old. Yeah,
right,
so he's kind of,
All right, and he's neutered and ready to go. He is absolutely adorable. All right, well, you guys have a few very exciting events coming up. So this weekend, a big adoption event at the PetSmart. So what time can people come in? And you guys will be doing a big adoption event. So what can people expect?
Yeah, so we'll try and have a few animals each day, different animals, try to swap them out and everything like that. But so Friday we'll probably be there from around 3 to 6, and then Saturday, Sunday from 1 to 4. And like I said, we'll probably try and have a few cats, even stock up the little kennels there again as well too with some cats, and hopefully get a lot of bodies adopted.
Yeah, definitely. And the shelter will still be open while you guys are at PetSmart, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. And then next week is a very exciting event, which we will hopefully be at again. We were there last year, was the Cat Brewery down at the 4th Meridian. So when is that taking place this year?
That'll be March 14th, so a couple weeks away still. But yeah, we're going to go there again, kind of the same thing in the evening time when we did it before, and just hang out with a bunch of kitties at the Cat Brewery and see what happens. Get some cats adopted there as well, hopefully.
Yeah, it was a really great turnout last year. So you can kind of just chill out, have a brew with some cats, and they're all available for adoption, correct?
Yes, yeah, and even your kids are allowed to come as well too with a guardian kind of thing too, so your kids can come hang out with the animals as well.
Awesome. All right, and you guys are always looking for volunteers, and I know you guys will have an orientation coming up. So Oh, he's just going for a nap. What kind of positions are you guys looking to fill with volunteers?
Just, you know, anyone that wants to play with the dogs, cats, or hang out, read to the animals as well too. I always say there's no age limit on that one, but it's good for kids that are learning to read, and so they can sit in the cat condos or with the dogs as well too, and just kind of read to them and hang out.
Yeah, come and read to this big
Yeah.
floofy guy. So cute. All right, Becca, I want to thank you so much for coming in and bringing this adorable three-legged beauty with you today. If you are interested in Jeb or any of the other animals at the SPCA, you can go visit in person, or they have all of their animals listed on their website, so you can check there as well. Let's get this guy home because he is just precious, and I will take him home if no one else does. Thanks, Becca.
Absolutely.
Pet Project is brought to you by Quick Pick Waste Disposal, Lloydminster's #1 waste and recycling hauler. Quick Pick is waste collection you can depend on.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Staff Sergeant Sarah Knelson joins us here in studio, and we're going to be talking about your regimental ball. So let's talk about how people can get tickets and what's on the slate for this year.
Sure. So the RCMP Regimental Ball is March 23rd, 2019 here in Lloydminster at the Stockade Centre. And what it is it's a fundraiser for Midwest Victim Services. You can purchase tickets. They're $85 each, or you can get a table for $600, which is basically getting a ticket for free then. Right. We have live entertainment from the Chevelles that night. We have a great meal put on by the Stockade. We have a live auction. We have a silent auction. It's going to be a really fun time, and I hope the members of the community come and celebrate with the RCMP officers within our community. The tickets, as I said, can be bought at the detachment. If you can't make it to the detachment between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., you can contact Midwest Victim Services. Their number is 780-874-5022, and we will make alternate arrangements if you need that. It's a great cause. Come out, support our community, and have a great night out.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about how the ball has done in the past. You mentioned before it's kind of like a gala, but let's also talk about where the money goes to from the ball.
Sure. So all of the funds that are raised that evening go to our Midwest Victim Services, which helps communities in and around Lloydminster. I also forgot to mention that we have a early bird draw. So yeah, if you purchase your tickets by February the 28th, you get entered to win a limo ride to the event for you and I guess 8 people.
Oh, fun.
And appetizers and drinks at a local business beforehand.
Awesome.
So get your tickets by February 28th. We have about 70% is sold so far, so there's not too many tickets left. So get them early, and hopefully you'll win the limo ride.
Awesome. So now let's talk, let's shift a little bit to your guys' survey. I know you guys have a survey going on. Let's talk about what the survey intends to do and how to get involved with the survey.
Sure. So right now we're doing our community consultative survey with the RCMP. We put it out there. It's on the city website if anybody wants to go on and fill it out. And it takes about 2 minutes. I filled one out myself. And all it says is, what do you as a community want to see from your RCMP? Do you want to see more traffic enforcement? Do you want to see increase in our crime reduction team? It just gives us an idea to help and give back to the community. So we'll be putting that plan into place April 1st, but we want to hear from the community. So go on, fill out that survey. If you don't have a computer at home, stop by the detachment. We'll give you a hard copy survey you can fill out there. And yeah, that survey closes February the 27th.
Oh, well, you can finish the survey on the 27th and
buy your tickets to the ball for the February 28th. That's right.
Beautiful, 2 birds, 1 stone. Now, this survey also kind of allows for eyes all around, almost, for what you guys may not necessarily see in the community. It allows for something like that, correct?
Sure. So what it does is it tells us your experience with the police over the last year. says, what do you want to see from your police in the coming year? So it just helps us set our detachment priorities so that we're focusing on what the community wants us to focus on.
Right.
So yeah, it's very important that people go online, fill out the survey. As I said, you can get it on the City of Lloydminster website, and you have until February 27th to do so.
Beautiful. Well, as we mentioned before, February 27th is the deadline for those surveys, and February 28th for the early bird for the regimental ball. So head down to the detachment and get signed up for those. Thank you so much for joining us, Staff Sergeant Sarah Knelson.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, it's busy here at Cobb's Bread. As you can see, the shelves are fully stocked and everyone is working hard here. The soft opening was this weekend. We spoke to the owners that even on the weekend, they were letting stuff out for free. So come down. Come taste some of the new Cobb's Bread here in Lloydminster. We spoke to them just about how long of a process that it really was getting Cobb's Bread here in Lloydminster. They said it was almost an 11-month process, and even Sarah went down to Edmonton to go train and get ready for this opening. So it's open. They are ready. Come on down. It's been busy all day, and since really the opening for them yesterday. So that'll do it for me here tonight. I was here at Cobb's Bread. Tomorrow we'll see where I'm at, so let's head back into the studio where Michaela and Elise will wrap up tonight's show.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. 60% chance we'll see some snowfall tomorrow throughout the day. Only about a centimeter, nothing major. We could actually see that start about 8 o'clock tonight. -8 tomorrow, -11 for the overnight low. And then we are getting into those double digits throughout the week, hitting some -29s and -20s throughout the week. So we are getting a little bit colder, but that extreme cold warning has been lifted. So at least we're there. All right, have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Primetime Local News. We'll see you tomorrow.